Hello everybody, this is Thannus here, and today we are back in Metroid Prime. In the previous episode, we acquired the Ice Beam and also the Wave Buster, which is essentially the super missile, but for the Wave Beam. In this episode, we're going to be doing a little bit more exploring now that we have the Ice Beam. There's a particular way we're going to want to go in Phendrana Drifts, but there's a little bit of exploring we can do in the Talon Overworld as well. So we're going there first. Now, this route in particular is mostly a shortcut. Go ahead and open this up here. Seen these things before, not a big deal. Blast that door open. And we are now in this room. Let's make sure we don't get got by that, which is probably best done with a... I am being accosted by all manner of creature. Good almighty. Good God almighty. So we can't get down there from where we are. So I have to worry about that at another time. Actually, yeah, no. Not from our position, we can't. We'll have to worry about that another time. Gate lock engaged. So, for now, let's head up. See what we can find up this way. There's a spider ball track right there. Might be able to utilize that to some degree. So let's jump over here and climb on up. Drop down from here. Same deal on the other side. We go all the way up. There's nothing up here specifically, but we can drop down here. And this door... Oh, we've fallen. Awesome. Don't do that. That's not advisable. God, I am living dangerously right now. I don't know why I dropped down that way. Right, there we go. There is also another door around this way, but we can't quite reach it from where we're from or with how we're equipped. Looking around here, this wall here is covered up by Bendesium, so we can't actually do much of anything in this area yet. That's a big crying shame, so we'll just have to head back the way we came. Thankfully for us, there's another elevator off of the room that we just came from. Also scan these, because I feel like it. Alright. So we head through here now. We can head into the save room that we were just in. And we will save real quick. Might as well. And now that we have saved, let's jump in here and see what awaits us down the other elevator. Down we go. This is also taking us to the Talon Overworld, but different spot. Different spot indeed. Let's walk through here. We've seen these guys before. They're the Gamers that you have to kill with a missile, as opposed to the Zoomers, which you do not. And, ooh, interesting. I never actually noticed that you could see the ship out there from that. That is cool. I genuinely never noticed that before. Anyways, continuing on. We can go through here. There's a missile tank awaiting us through these poisonous vines. Just blast them out of the way, mostly. But also not really. I really failed miserably at that. And head through here. And now we're on the other side of this area. We could not reach this area before. We head across here. Gotta deal with these guys again, thankfully. Now we can freeze them, and if we do so, they shatter in one hit. One missile hit. But yeah, we are now on the other side of this crashed ship. So, let's jump down. These are a new variety. Oh, no, this is just a really injured space pirate. All of these guys are injured. Okay. There's not anything else we can do in this room just yet, so we're just gonna go ahead and enter the ship. Might as well. Looking around here. Nothing over here. Just gonna head through this door. And here we are. Inside the crashed ship. Go down this way. And into the water. Oh boy. Don't have the gravity suit just yet, but we can weather it out, I'm sure. We head through here. We got the turrets to deal with again. Not a big deal. Nothing new for us. I believe there's not a way to just disable them either. Stores no power. So, we need to turn on a power conduit. Let's turn on the thermal visor and our wave beam. And hit the conduit. Now we can go through. These things we have not scanned yet. These are talon crabs, crustaceans native to Talon 4. Hard-shelled swarm life form, once harvested for food, exposure to phazon has seen this practice diminish. Creatures are timid and harmless alone, but can be a problem when traveling in swarms. So they are essentially just a reskin of the beetles. They don't actually have all that much of note about them. And I don't know why I'm taking the time to kill them. They're not dangerous at all. Keep heading on through. Move a lot slower in the water, unfortunately. And enter this room. This is the sunken frigate. I have to go down this way. This enemy here is new to us, and also apparently really dangerous because it just pulled us in really fast. This is a Gelzap, aquatic predator made of electrically bound skeletal halves. The Gelzap's brain is located in the upper half of its body, while the heart and digestive tract occupy the lower half. Linked only by electrical impulses, the two halves somehow function effectively enough to launch the Gelzap onto the top of the Talon 4 aquatic food chain. And we've scanned 75% of the logbook. Gelzaps are thankfully otherwise not super dangerous, but we did just fall all the way to the bottom of the room. This is an Aqua Reaper, powerful aquatic tentacle, part of a submerged organism. Similar in nature to the surface-based Reaper vine, the Aqua Reaper has adapted to a liquid environment. It shares the poor vision of its rock-dwelling cousin, relying on a crude sonar sense to seek prey. Unhindered by water, the Aqua Reaper has considerable speed and strength. I don't believe you can actually kill the Aqua Reaper. It is essentially, like the logbook said, just a water version of the normal Reaper vine. Not much of a difference, except it's in the floor instead of the wall. So, we're going to have to get back up somehow. An unfortunate climb, but before we do make our way back up, there's also another door we can check out. So we'll do that. Head right across this way. We can't jump up that way, but there is a little bit of a staircase deal we can get up here. and we can reach it from that side. Same deal as before. Let's go ahead and enable this door. And I believe... Right, there are other ones. Enable that one down there. And the last is right there. Okay, that should enable the door for us. So now if we walk up and head up this way once again, we should be able to get through now. This door has no power. 4? You gotta be kidding me. I could have swore it was 3. Where's the last one? I genuinely don't remember. Oy vey. Alright. As in any Metroid game, moving through water areas without decent equipment can be a little bit cumbersome. So just bear with the process. We got the one. Oh. I did not need to go back up. I needed to go down. My bad. There. Now the door's open. My bad. Alright. Slowly but surely, now we'll make our way back to that door and walk through it. Very, very slowly, but surely. And you know what they say, slow but steady wins the race. Alright, here we are. Made it to the door again. Now it'll open for us. This one here also needs to be powered up. Primary door controls inoperable. That says the same thing. We head through this room. This is just a save area. Not a big deal. Alright. And then let's look for those power circuits. Got one there. And one there. That door will open for us now as well. And we can head into the next room. Energy tank is inside here. Let's blow this up and grab it. There we are. Yet another upgrade to our health, and we found 50% of all items. Alright, so we should just... no. Sadly, can't jump up there quite yet. But that's okay. Off-screen, something that I was hoping would happen when we were on-screen, but whatever. I got a notification. There's something in Thannus Drifts that we should probably check out. Yeah, right here in the gravity chamber. So, we're not at a dead end just yet. And if you recall, there was something in this elevator here that we could not get to because of that white door. Now that we do have a white blaster, cannon, fire, whatever you want to call it, we can get through there now. I believe, other than that, though, Thannus is still pretty much fully scoured. Yeah. There's that white door there, which presumably takes us here. And we also have a white door here in the research core. So, I'll see you guys in Thannus Drifts. Now I have to backtrack all this way. See you guys in a moment. we've reached the elevator to Phendrana Drifts. Let's head up. Here we are. Conveniently right next to where we need to go. So let's use the spider rail and head on up. We'll check out the lab later. Blast this ice door open, and here we are. Not much we can do about this yet, but we can take out this enemy and keep moving forward. And we also got a new remix of the Phendrana Drifts theme. Very nice, if I do say so myself. Alright. So, looking in here, there is a shortcut to the research board. Actually, I believe that is what that door is for. So actually, might not be much of a reason to worry about backtracking to the lab. Let's see. Yep, look at that. Right back in. And I believe, yeah. So yeah, never mind. Not much of a reason to go through there. But find some ice parasites and flicker bats in here. Not a big deal. Keep going down. There's a few doors we can head through. One on the bottom, one on the next to bottom. And there's also some of a underwater area. Go through this door first. And we see a little bit of a morph ball hole. Come back to that in a moment. Jump across here. This is our way back up, so keep that in mind for later. And our second plasma door is down below the waves. Sensing a pattern here. Oh, hey, one of these things. Didn't show you this when we were in the sunken, frigate, but if you shoot this thing while it has its mouth open, agape, if you will. Come on. Attack me again, please. There we go. It will blow up. It is not the strongest enemy. But if it hits you, it can hack quite a while. Kind of a bit of a dissonance there, but not a big deal. Anyways, head back up to that last, second to last plasma door that we saw. Ooh, come on. Okay, I wanted to make sure I was going the right way. And we will fall down. Awesome. I'm good at video games, I swear. When I try to be. Head through this door here. And up into here. Alright, we got more ice beetles here. You guys remember these things. Pretty easy to deal with, thankfully. Always have been. They're basically virtually the same as the normal beetles. We got these things here, scarabs. Alright. And I don't believe there's really anything else to this room. Nothing of note in here. Pretty much just a glorified hallway, so to speak. Let's keep blasting through. And this room is a little bit newer to us. This thing here is too. That is a hunter Metroid, an adolescent Metroid. Its energy siphon tentacles increase its threat level. As Metroids develop, they become more efficient predators. Energy draining tentacles allow them to attack at a distance. Quick to anger, a hunter Metroid will charge troublesome prey and attempt to ram them into submission. Cold-based attacks are still quite effective against these creatures. We're going to stay out of that thing's way real quick. This is a glider. Docile, airborne creatures with unusual magnetic properties. Gliders have a relatively peaceful existence. They have a magnetic signature attuned to common grapple beam technology. The sport of glider riding involves using a grapple beam to attach to a glider, then staying on it as long as possible. So Metroid canonically has bull riding, but with flying creatures. Anyways, let's use a missile to get rid of that Metroid before it does any damage to us. Can't do much with the glider right now, however, we can send a missile over this way, dislodge that stalactite. And with that, we should have access to more of this room. But not much we can do with the glider at present. So keep going up this way for now. There's two directions we can go. We'll also check out down here real quick. It's not frozen. Or it is, sorry, let me rephrase. It's completely frozen over, but there's visibly something we can do there. But sadly, not yet. We are incapable of progressing further in that regard. We'll head over through this door first. Got a little tunnel here we can go through. I don't know why I left a bomb. That was pointless. And continue on through. Got some more jetpack pirates. Freeze them, get them shot down very easily. Got another glider up there as well. Once again, can't really do much of anything with him. But I believe there is a little bit we can do up top. No! We need a grapple beam. We've seen these before. Okay. So we head further down then. A little bit more down here. Gel zap down in this water. We head down. Let's get rid of the gel zaps. Ice beam does not do all that much to them. You're going to want to use their power beam and actually hit them in the mouth. Don't miss. Come on. The less I have to deal with you bozos, the better. There. Got the gel zaps out of the way. And unlike in that other room, we can actually reach this door underwater. So let's do that real quick. Head on through here. Ever slowly, ever so diligently. There we go. Keep moving through. Into this room here. Another stalactite for us to break down. Another two, I should say. Very easy to traverse. There's another underwater area. We can't get across, though, because the grapple beam there is preventing us from doing so. There's another stalactite there as well. So, nothing else to do but go down, jump across here, and head up onto this stalactite that we brought down. Still can't make it up there. Not a big deal. Let's head in here. And that gets us access to the gravity chamber, the area that we detected on our map. I believe... yeah. We still have this door in the frost cave. We'll backtrack and check that out soon. Not a big deal. But let's check out the gravity chamber first, because I feel like we won't regret checking this area out. Got more of these tentacle things here. Not fun to deal with. Also can't really see that well underwater. That's another problem. Hopefully we'll be able to address that soon. Keep heading through. Got some frozen fish in here. More tentacles as well. Awesome. Just love our tentacles. If we keep going, we have right here the gravity suit. Let's climb on up and grab it. Sheorple. Now that we have the gravity suit, movement in liquid environments is no longer hindered. Very nice. And I believe it is also far easier to see underwater, which is even better. But essentially, now that we have the gravity suit, we can move around underwater just like we do on land. Very, very incredibly useful, and it opens up that area in the sunken ship that we found earlier. We'll check that out in a moment, but we're going to backtrack through Phendrana, grab a few things. Going out above here, a little bit of a dry land area that we can explore in this room. And I believe there's at least... Yes, there is an item up there. Preferably without falling into the water. There we go. So I don't believe that item can be reached quite yet. Because it is way up there. And as you can see, there's something hidden under the ice there we can't ourselves use quite yet. Once again, looks like something's frozen under there. But we can head back through this way. At which point we will encounter this thing here. Another sentry drone. Our old nemesis. Fortunately, the ice beam does not do all that much to it. But we can hit it with pretty much just the 4 missiles, and that deals with it pretty squarely. Very, very nice. Easy to deal with. I could have swore I saw a red scan. I guess I was mistaken. My bad. I'm just a little bit stupid, I suppose. Head back into here. And now we're in this room. This is one of the other doors that we could go through in here. Still got the frost cave, though. We'll check that out in a moment. But that essentially gives us a way up here without having to worry about getting the grapple beam. So, let's take advantage of that. Open this door up. Alright, and down here we have pretty much the same old with underwater areas. Gel zaps everywhere. I would like to get rid of them. There we go. Not a huge point to this room either. I believe this is yet another glorified hallway. Nothing above the surface of the water. Nothing of note below it. Just more gel zaps everywhere. You get the picture. We can, however, access the doorway under this room now. Very nice. But we are going to backtrack a little bit. Check out the Frost Cave again. Because now we can access the... Well, not now. We were able to before. The other door in that room. So let's go do that real quick. I'll see you guys back in there. Alright, now that we're back in the Frost Cave, let's head up here. Jump up this way. And we have yet another save room. All Metroids destined for phazon ranges in the mines must pass inspection. Temperature-affiliated behavioral index for Metroids is available at all research terminals. Access code LIF22. Same as most other save rooms otherwise. Alright, and now that we have the gravity suit, we can head back to the Talon overworld. I don't believe there's anything else for us in Uh, sorry, I can't think. There's nothing else for us in Phendrana Drifts just yet, so we can pretty much just head right back on through. See you guys there in a moment. Hello, we have returned to the crashed frigate. Now that we have our gravity suits, I started narrating like I was doing the intro, even though this is the same video. I don't know why I did that. Anyways, let's get rid of these guys, then move on over. We still can't grapple over. However, we do have a way of getting over now that we have the gravity suit. Also, we can now grab this here, this missile tank, which will give us a little bit of an upgrade going in. So, now that we have that, let's go in for real. My favorite enemy right here. That's sarcasm, by the way. I'm not a big fan of them. Then, there's a little pool we can go through here to get onto the other side. And now we can go here whenever we please. So, let's go back inside. There's an area we can reach now, which we could not reach before. So we'll have to make our way there. And thankfully, trekking through here is way less cumbersome to do now that we have the gravity suit. It takes way less time. It's great. Pretty much the same deal as before. We'll keep going. Ignore the crabs. And we are back in the big central room. However, wrong button. We have a new Space Pirate variant in here. This is the Aqua Pirate. Space Pirates with exoskeletons modified for underwater use. Using modified thruster packs and gravity suit technology, the Space Pirates have armor suits for use in liquid environments. Thermal tracking is still very useful against these units, as the pirate engineers have yet to eliminate the thruster pack's high heat signature. Not that there's much of a reason to use the thermal visor against these guys, because as far as I know, they can't go invisible. So pretty much just kill this guy and you'll be fine. That was an unfortunate death animation, though. Come on. There we go. All right. So there's no item in this central room. So for now, we will just head back over this way. It's great that we can actually see everything now. We'll save while we're here as well. There we go. I gotta say, the sound design in this game is really great as well. Not like how everything sounds more muffled with, come on. There we go. Everything just sounds more muffled with the water. It makes it sound more realistic. I like it a lot. Anyways, we gotta get up here. And obviously, these tentacles are a bit of a problem for us. Thankfully, this is a fairly easy platforming section. Just make sure you keep an eye out for the tentacles. I would say it's probably a little bit more cumbersome in the GameCube version of the game, considering how aiming works in that one. This last jump is also a little bit more of a difficult one, but not that bad nonetheless. This door has no power. There's 3 power conduits inside here. Alright, let's go find those, I guess. Completely forgot I had to look for those. I think one of them's down there as well. Ah, yeah, there's the first one. And I believe the last one is just up back near the door. Ah. Impatience is the bane of this room. So be patient. Don't rush it. Otherwise you will fall down. There we go. And then last but not least, this one. Alright. Let's head on in here. I don't believe there's anything else of note in this room. A lot of Phazon moss on the walls, though. This room looks familiar, don't you think? Looks like the frigate from the beginning of the game. Which also crashed. It's not a big mystery. This is the same frigate from the beginning of the game, obviously. The frigate Orpheon. And I believe in one of these there is something hidden. I'm trying to remember which particular one. Come on. Oh yeah, I forgot you can use the thermal visor to detect stuff as well. Hit that one. And hit that one. I believe there's at least one more in the room. But bear with me. I'm still trying to find out which door this item is in. Because I know there is one, and I know it's behind one of these doors. Ah! There are cracks in this wall that you can't see unless it's lit up for some reason. Huh? Okay. Maybe I'm just stupid. Oh. This is an aqua drone security mecha adapted for use in underwater areas. The space pirates have adapted a number of sentry drones for use in liquid environments. These aqua drones utilize an arsenal and artificial intelligence suite similar to their cousins. The pirates have been unable to properly shield these drones from electrical attack, making them vulnerable to the wave beam. Well, that's good to know, because the wave beam will make a little bit quicker work of them. I think. And it can also stun them, which is also great. There we go. Both of the drones are taken out. Ah, here we are. That's the one that was making the noise. It's cordite, so we can just... Oops. Sorry, cordite is the super missile one. There we go. Another missile expansion for us. Alright, and there is one more of these. There we go. Door open. Head on through here. Get rid of these tentacles that are in the way. I believe in here we have a few more water pirates. Not the biggest deal. Brother. A little bit bigger of a deal when they're bombarding you all in the same corner. Okay, they're dead. Big deal subsided. Aha. Store has no power. You know the deal. Find the power conduits. Got one. Another one down here. We want to head back up to get to the last. There we are. So now, just gotta make our way over to that door. Climb on up here. And head on through. More tentacles. Joys arise. I don't know why that one was so hard to hit. Okay. Got a creature's entry here. This is an aqua sac. Will burst when subjected to impact or trauma, believed to be in the same family as the sap sac. This plant has similar features. It will burst when exposed to force. The protective response keeps most creatures from feeding on it. Evidently not this guy. This guy is very much dead now. We'll blow that up as well. Not much of a reason to, but we can. And then just head down. Destroying sap sacks just literally just blows them up. Nothing major about them. I don't think they hurt that much either. Head in here. There's a morph ball tunnel we can access. And because of the bubble columns, we jump way higher. So, we head up this way. Not a way around there, so we will actually want to do this. Ah. It's one of these. Bear with me. Ah, I was right there. I don't know why I didn't move. There we go. Got the energy tank. Getting close to our full maximum tankage. Maximum tankage, I don't know. That would be whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyways, we are in a room we've been in before now. We have gotten to the other side of this big tunnel-shaped room. Cylindrical. I'm looking for words and I can't find them. And not in like a metaphorical sense, in a more literal sense. So let's head up through here. We have access to the lower area of this room now, but we still don't have access between the areas. At least not quite yet. But we can solve that. As long as I don't get hit by tons of enemies again. Okay. So we jump across here and go into this roller. We can actually open the gate up that blocked us from access. So now we don't have to go through the frigate. And there's not really a reason to. The frigate is otherwise completely useless to us now. So, yeah. But there is still a door at the bottom here that we can go through. Let's get rid of this guy here. And that as well. We have intense radiation down here. Nothing down there for us, so we'll just ignore that for now. But, yeah. Things are looking weird. This gives us access to the Phazon Mines East. New area. So let's go in. Alright, here we are in the Phazon Mines. Let's see what we have in store. right. Geiger counter noise isn't at all foreboding. And so it appears the space pirates have cordoned off an entire area of Talon 4 for their own use. We're going to ignore that and head up here because we have ourselves a save station, which we will use now. And with that, I will see you guys in the next episode of Metroid Prime, in which we will be exploring more of the Phazon mines. I'll see you guys then. Bye-bye.